Hi everyone. I'm going to show you how to start a Google Slide project in case you don't remember. And if you do, that's okay. You can still follow along. This week in social studies, we're going to start a Google Slide project, and it's only going to be 3 simple slides, and it's going to go along with our community's activities that we've been doing this week. So, you're going to want to start off by opening up a new tab if you've already had tabs open. Like if you see I have some tabs open here. And if you don't, just open up a brand new tab like this. And you're going to go to your waffle or your chocolate bar here. And I'm going to go down here. Mine's like over here on the left-hand side. Yours might be somewhere else, and that's okay. But I'm going to click Slides. And it's going to open up, and I'm going to create a new presentation. See, I have some other things that I've been doing down here, and I don't want to open those. I want to start a new one. So I'm going to click the plus sign. And it brings me to a brand new blank presentation. Now, I don't want a theme, and today I don't want you to have one either. Throughout the year, we're going to do some more different Google Slide presentations where I'm going to allow you to kind of create your own and explore. So today we're going to press that X to get rid of that. And right here, do you see where it says click to add title? I want you to just double click there so you get the blue box and the blinking cursor like we had when we created our signature in our mail. And I just want you to type your first and last name, remembering capitals for proper nouns. And then you could just click right out of it. For this Google Slide presentation, we're not going to make it super fancy and decorative here. I just want it to be quick and simple for this week, okay? So I'm just going to leave that go then. This box right here, we don't need. So do you see when I hover, I get that little cursor? I don't want the cursor because I don't want to click to add a subtitle. So I'm going to hover around until I see the arrows that almost look like a plus sign. I'm going to click that to get the highlighted box, and then I'm going to hit the delete button to make that box go away. We don't need it. Then I'm going to come back over here, okay? And I'm going to go up here. Do you see where the plus sign is? And if I hover over it, it says new slide. I'm going to hit the plus to give myself a new slide. Now I want to go up here where it says click to add a title. I'm going to go ahead, click again, and you're going to type RURAL, and that says rural. And if you remember in our lessons Monday and Tuesday, we had the 3 different types of communities. We had rural, suburban, and urban. So the very first slide we're going to have is rural. I know I might be going a little fast, but just like some of the other videos we have, you can play it back and you can also pause me if you need to. So then down here, do you see where it says click to add text? Watch, I'm going to teach you a trick down here. We are going to add text here, but this box is humongous and we're going to add some pictures. So I do want you to click down here. But when I click down here, now I can see how large this rectangle is, and I don't want it to be that large. So I'm going to walk my cursor all the way over here. And do you see this box right over here? I'm going to grab it. So I'm going to push my thumb down, and with my finger, I'm going to pull this box right over to make it half. And I know we haven't done fractions yet, but I know if you guys order a pizza or maybe your favorite food of like a hot dog or something, I know you know if you cut it in half what that size is. So if I cut this box in half, and then let go. Can you see now I cut that box in half? So now I have half of a text box here and I have half of my screen to put pictures on. So over here, I have half of that text box to add text, and text is just words. I'm going to tell you right now for this activity, since it's the beginning of the year, I am not concerned. Did you hear me? I am not concerned over here about capitals or your spelling or anything right now. As we move along in our school year, I will be concerned, and I will tell you, okay? I will tell you when I'm concerned about that, and I will tell you when you'll be graded on your spelling and your capitalization. And right now today, I just want your ideas on the paper. So We're just going to do a bulleted list, and I'm going to start you off one on each paper, and then I want you to go back to the videos maybe in our Google Classroom, or you can even search on the web for some ideas about the different things in a rural community, in a suburban and an urban community, because I want to know what you remember or ideas from you and not just from me. So in order to make a bulleted list, I need you to find the shift button. And on my computer, it happens to be the number 8. But if you look on your computer, if you see, it looks like a snowflake, but it's called an asterisk. And it, again, mine is on the number 8, and I don't have your computer in front of me, but it looks like a snowflake or like a plus sign with an X in the middle of it. But you hold your shift button down and you push the number 8, or whichever number you have with the snowflake. It looks like that. Can you see my computer? Look for it on yours. I push the shift button, and whatever number on your computer has that. And then if I start typing, and I know in a rural community, there are farms. So do you see how I did that right next to it? And then if I push the shift button and then I hit return, look what happens. It stays that way. But if I go back up here and I put a space in between, look what happens. It turns into a bullet point. So oftentimes kids say to me, Miss Urick, I put the snowflake and I typed the word and then I pushed return and it stayed a snowflake. Well, you have to put a space in between the snowflake and your word. So watch, let me show you that one more time. I'm going to push my shift button, type the snowflake. I need to put a space, and look what happens. Now I can type the word farm. I'm going to come down and look what's still there. And now I can keep going. And every time I hit return, a new bullet point will stay there, okay? So I'm going to leave that one for you. Now over here is where we're going to put pictures. But let's go ahead and create our other slides. So I'm going to come and click right over here. Do you see the orange bar? It's telling me, what do you want to do here, Miss Urick? I'm going to come up here and I'm going to push new slide. And I'm going to come over and we're going to type the next community. Suburban community. Not the car, remember? I'm going to come down here and I'm going to create my half of a text box again, like my half of a pizza, right? Come right in half. I'm going to come and click text. Remember, hold your shift button and click your snowflake and space. And in a suburban community, that's like Penn Trafford, remember? So what are some things we remember about being in Trafford? I remember someone telling me there's lots, of houses. And I remember we talked about there's houses everywhere. There's houses in a rural community. There's houses in an urban community. But in a suburban community, we have lots of subdivisions and lots of houses in subdivisions, okay? I'm going to come down and create my third community. Remember, click that orange button or orange bar, is saying, what do you want me to do? I want to create a new slide. I'm going to come up, and that last community we're going to talk about is urban. Remember, I know I'm going a little fast, but you can always hit the pause button that looks like this right over here. Make your half of a text box so we have room for pictures. Click in the text box, shift and snowflake and space. What do we remember about an urban community? One of the biggest things we talked about were two things, actually, so I'll give you two. There were lots of lights, and this is where we had the stadiums. Perfect. So, since we're on the urban slide, you're going to do this for each of your 3 slides. I'm going to click back over where my empty side was. Do you see? I clicked outside of the text box. I don't want to insert a picture inside of my text box. So, see this right here? I want there we go. I hovered over, it says show the menus. Sometimes it doesn't show everything, but if I click this, it drops down. Do you see? Now I can see all of this if it's ever missing. And it says untitled presentation. So when you share this with me, I need it to say something. So I'm going to click up here. Oh, now it says Miss Urick, and that's perfect. So I'm going to write Miss Urick, Miss Urick's community slides. Okay, I need you to name it something for me. And don't just type it. Miss Urick's slides, because I don't know what your slides are about. They could be about your slides about your vacation or your slides about your dog. It needs to tell me something about your community slides, okay? So I'm going to click now over here outside of your text box, and you're going to go here where it says insert. Insert just means to put in. Insert, and I'm going to click image, okay? Insert image. And then we're going to come over here, and you're going to do search the web. Insert image and search the web. So here I'm in the suburban area, okay? And it says lots of houses. So what might I be searching for? I'm going to search for houses. Houses. I'm going to look for houses. Now, are they going to look exactly like the houses in my neighborhood? Probably not, but I just want to get a good idea of houses, right? Here's a lot of houses next to each other. Good. I'm going to choose this one. And then do you see how this popped up? One selected, or means I chose it, and I'm going to insert it. And I look at that and I go, wow, that's pretty large. And I need to choose some other pictures because I know when we brainstormed in class, we chose a lot more things than just houses in a suburban area. And when you type in your slide, you should have many more choices than just this. So I'm going to choose this picture here. And do you remember the outline? And when we were in the urban area and the suburban area and the rural area, I cut my text box in half and I could do the same thing. So I'm going to go to any one of these dark blue boxes. I'm going to click it with my thumb and I'm going to push it with my finger to make it smaller, however you would like it. And then I can hold it and drag it and put it wherever I would like to. So I can put houses there. And then maybe I'll click in rural. And I'm going to click on the side where there's no text box, remember? I'm going to hit insert, image, from the web. And now I'm going to clear that search. Oops, I'm going to clear that search out. Excuse me, I apologize for that. Delete, 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 delete. And I'm going to search for farm this time. Oh, look, there's cows. I could put that because that's a part of the farm, correct? I could use this one. I'm going to choose this one. I think I like that. It says insert here. I got to wait for it. Do you see how it says creating images? Got to give it a second. We know sometimes with computers it takes a while to think. Oops. And sometimes we have to try again, and that's okay. Oh, there it is. Thinking, thinking, thinking. While it's thinking, do you see how the outside box is there? I can already rearrange to make room for other pictures, and maybe this time I'll put this one down at the bottom. There it is. There's my farm. So now I have room for other rural items that I add to my list. And then I'm going to go down to the urban list. And now I want to look for lights and stadiums. So I'm going to hit insert image from the web. Click, delete, delete, delete. So I'm going to write stadium. And I could even go back to the beginning and maybe could I put Pittsburgh Pirate Stadium? I could be specific, sure, couldn't I? Oh, this one. Here we go. Insert. You could choose your favorite stadium. That came in nice, didn't it? I could maybe put that over here. Insert image from the web. And now I could put city lights. Oh, bright lights in the nighttime in the city, right? Here we go. Insert. Because we learned there's lots of lights in the city in the daytime and at nighttime. Not so much maybe in the rural areas. Okay? So I gave you 1 or 2 for each of the urban, suburban, and rural areas and showed you how to put pictures in. But you're going to add, ready? At least, did you hear me? At least, so you could have more, but at least 5 items for each of the 3 communities. So you should have at least 5 items or bullets for the urban area, and I already gave you 2. You should have at least 5 bulleted items for the suburban area, and I already gave you 1. And you should have at least 5 bulleted items for the rural area, and I already gave you 1. And you should have 1 slide with just your name on it. So you need to have at least 4 slides, and each of the communities need to have at least 5 bulleted items. So could I have 10 items under the rural area? Absolutely. Do I have to? No. You have to have at least 5. Can some of your items be the same for the suburban area and the rural area? Sure, because some of the items do overlap, but you need at least 5 for each area. If you get stuck, is that okay? Yes. Remember, go back to the Social Studies Google Classroom and go and read over some of the slide shares and watch some of the videos that I had posted for you. Okay. Good luck. If you need help, you ask me, chat me, and let me know. Okay. Good luck.